This is Charleston's retirement coach, Brandon Bowen.
Well, for those of you listening to us on WSC today, phase of life, responsibility that you're constantly trying to teach your kids, maybe even your grandkids at a certain point. Well, let's turn the mirror around on you and ask you listening to us on the radio right now. We're more than halfway through the year. And have you taken any time to evaluate your savings or your retirement plan this year so far? Because if not, right now might be a great time to sit down, look through some things, make sure everything is where you need it or want it to be. Brandon, thinking about mid-year time before we get into these fall months and everything goes the way of the holidays and we're in 2027 before we know it. For somebody in their 50s or 60s, getting closer to retirement, what are a couple of things that you think that they should go ahead and get a jump on right now this time of year? Don't wait till the end of the year as far as their plan and their savings go.
Yeah. So with football starting up here soon, a good analogy is, third quarter has started, right?
Okay.
We've already kicked back off now. Halftime's over. Yep. We're in the third quarter here, right? And you've got to really make some things happen here because then it's going to be fourth quarter and it's kind of like stress time if you're behind. Okay. So what are some things that we need to be doing? And then you might be third quarter in life, in your life or in your working career, or maybe already fourth quarter. Okay. So with all those analogies, what are some things that we can be doing? Well, I do this with my current clients even, Heather, right? So if you were to call in, if you're not a client, you come in and we start having this conversation here. We'll do that. But I also do it, when my current clients come in here mid-year, I'll say, okay, what are we doing? What are some things that we should be doing here this year? And so some of the stuff we talk about is increasing maybe your savings. That's always a good thing to do, no matter what quarter it is can you save a little more? Can we put a little more back for retirement or, that kind of thing? So what can we do? And along those lines is don't let your cash sit idle. Okay. So don't let it, if you've got some cash sitting in, if you come in and you're like embarrassed to show me that there's like $50,000 to $100,000 plus sitting in your credit union, making nothing, right? You're probably going to be a little embarrassed about that. Well, let's put it to work, right? Let's get, get up, get on your feet, out the door it goes. We're going to put it to work, right? That money needs to not be lazy. Here's where you might not really expect to look for it, but if you've got some investments that are paying dividends, okay, if you've got some income coming in, investments or rental properties or something, you've got these dividends coming in or income coming in and it's just sitting in cash and it's been kind of building and pooling and, well, that needs to get reinvested. Okay. So what are some things, let's take a look at that. If you're a little heavy on the cash, well, let's put it to work. We can revisit your spending plan. Okay. Revisit that spending plan. Take a look at where is it going? It's heading out the door. A lot of times people say, again, a little embarrassed, I don't even know where the money goes, Brandon. I think we spend like $10,000 a month or $7,000 a month, but I can't tell you, because they'll think of, okay, well, I got the mortgage. They'll rattle off just a few things and they'll say, these are our normal bills each month, but I don't know where the rest goes.
Right.
We're
all guilty of it on some level.
Everybody, yes.
Yeah.
We're all guilty of it. And so that spending, we can revisit that. And then again, along those lines is what are some debt reduction? So if you listening, if you called in and came in here and you're not a client yet, one of the first things that I look at, if you haven't retired, is I want to look at what are your debts. Okay. That's one of the most important things that you can do. Hear me now. One of the most important things you can do between now and when you retire is try to get debt free. Except for the house. I'm okay, if you got a good low interest rate from a few years ago on the house, but any consumer debt, car payments, truck payment, credit card, right? Any of this student loans, any of these consumer debt, if you can try to get rid of all of that before you retire. Okay. So what that is going to require a lot of times is some double payments, right? If you've got cash just sitting there, what if you had like $50,000 sitting in the bank? And your credit card bill you owe, or maybe on the vehicle you owe $35,000. Why are we not paying this thing off? Right? I don't care if it's a low interest. Just go ahead and get that thing done. I can't tell you the peace that comes over my clients' shoulders, or to know that, okay, things, you're checking these boxes, you're plugging all these holes that were in your boat here, that you're taking on water, but now that things are paid off, the money just stays in your account more, right? Mm-hmm. So getting debt free. So if this is something that you would love to have a second opinion, someone to take a look at what are some things that you could be doing here over these next few months or years before you retire, let me give you my number real fast. That's 843-890-2400. You can call or text that number. You can text the word second opinion to 843-890-2400. But I want to leave you with a story here. So these are some clients of mine that live over in Ravenel, and he's 64, she's 60. Mm-hmm. Heather, I told you about them before we came on the air. They have a really, really cool job importing some stuff from Italy, I should say. Mm-hmm. It's not illegal or nothing.
No, I was about to say, that makes it sound weird.
I know. I was like, why am I saying it like this?
They import goods from Italy for local hospitality businesses.
Right.
Here.
Yeah. So anyways, like, really cool couple. And so they have tremendous income. He's got great income here. And he was like, Brandon, I want to retire at age 70. Mm-hmm. Okay. So he's 64. So we've got 6 more years. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that'd be terrible. We got 6 more years to work. And he's like, Brandon, how can we get to $1.5 million by age 70? Okay. Mm-hmm. And that was great. I loved hearing that he had already planned out some timelines. What is some realistic goals to achieve? It was his goal, right? Not my goal. So I believe there's better buy-in when he's saying, hey, here's what I want to do. Help me get there. Okay. Are you listening, ma'am? If you might know, here's where we want to get to. How can you help us get there? Can you help come alongside and coach and correct certain things we're doing? Mm-hmm. What are some things we need to stop doing, right? If there is a target that we want, we can build a plan, and I can show you, okay, what is it going to take? All right. So for them, again, they were making tremendous income, about $250,000 a year. So great income there. And so I said, all right, so if we contribute $120,000 to your trust here for these next 6 years, right? 120, he's like, yes, I can do it. I think we can trim a few things, but we've got that margin, about $10,000 a month, that we could put towards this. And I said, perfect. So we've got the bank linked up, and it's going to be an automatic contribution. Okay. So he's funding it quickly, fast, right? He's putting that money in. And so that account's just going to be building and building and building. And we're going to be trying to grow this money. We've got just a few years right now before we need to start getting a little more defensive for him. Uh-huh. Right. So this is good. So we're really trying to knock this out. And so we've got a beautiful, diversified growth portfolio right now. We've got several different buckets, different strategies to try to get them there. Okay. And so, Heather, your original question is, what are some things we should be doing here in the third quarter, as we head towards the end of this year, mm-hmm. or in the third quarter of our working years? Well, I would say it's get this second opinion in place. Pick up the phone, call my office. You can come in and sit down. We have a nice, easy first appointment. Usually lasts about 45 minutes. And I'm just getting to know you, your goals, objectives, your timelines. You're getting to know me. You've got questions for me. I'm sure you do. Right. And so it's just an easy conversation for 45 minutes. And then I'll have everything that I need. I do need you to bring in your statements, your balances, all that kind of stuff. So then I'll have everything that I need to go then put together my complimentary second opinion. All right. And so then when you come back in for the second meeting, I'll say, here you go. I'll put my computer screen up on the big TV in the conference room. I'll say, here it is. Here's the plan. These are some things that we can be doing right now to, get you in a better position for retirement. Maybe that retirement is at the end of this year, like in 6 months, not 6 years, mm-hmm. or maybe it's in 3 years, or, heaven forbid, even if you've already retired without a plan and you're feeling like, I really need a second opinion, on what we're doing, mm-hmm. pick up the phone. Let me give you my number. That's 843-890-2400. 843-890-2400. You can text the 2 words second opinion, and Tanya is standing by right now. We do have 5 appointment slots that we leave open each week, and I would love for you to call or text and grab one of those. So if you're age 60 or above and have saved $500,000, call or text right now, 843-890-2400.
Thanks for listening to Charleston's Retirement Coach Podcast with Brandon Bowen. To learn more, visit bowenwealth.com and join Brandon for his radio show, Charleston's Retirement Coach, Saturdays at 11 a.m. on 94.3 WSC.
Financial professionals are not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if J. Brandon Bowen is licensed in your state, please call 843-203-2030. J. Brandon Bowen is an investment advisor representative of Bowen Wealth, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Exposure to ideas and financial vehicles discussed should not be considered investment advice or recommendation to buy or sell any financial vehicle. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Investments can fluctuate and when redeemed may be worth more or less than when originally invested. J. Brandon Bowen is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through Bowen Wealth, LLC, insurance licensed in South Carolina. Market Guard is a registered investment advisor with the SEC and provides model portfolios only to Impact Partnership Wealth. Market Guard makes no implied warranties or representations and is not liable for any data presented.